Welcome to training. This is a quick chat regarding marketing and prospecting. There are ethical considerations in marketing. We mustn't make any false or misleading statements. No bait advertising. So if you are saying offers over $8.99, that vendor must be willing to accept $8.99 as a sale price, of course with the terms and conditions that are acceptable to the vendor. So just a couple of things to ensure that you are behaving ethically and according to legislation with your marketing. What I did want to have a chat about was just a couple of other points about marketing and communication and engaging with the clients in the community. There are only 4 reasons why people think of you: how recent their interaction was with you, or how recent they've seen something from you, how frequent that has been, that they've touched base with you or that you've touched base with them, the potency of your interaction, so did you leave a lasting impression, and of course referral. Your referral trumps all. Always ask for referrals. They are king in the world of marketing. Part of marketing, of course, is the area of prospecting. There is a saying in real estate that everything works and nothing works, and I'm sure that's across the board in other industries as well. If you have a dress shop, for example, or a car yard, you have the stock to sell. However, in real estate, we have to get our stock first and then sell it. So we've got a couple of sales happening. We're selling ourselves to the vendor to be able to list their property on their behalf, and we're also then selling that product of the vendor's house to the end buyer. So in your student resources, there is a PRET Real Estate PPM, which is a Policies and Procedures Manual. And in there is some examples of prospecting. And I'd just like to run through them and give you some examples of that happening in the real world or working in the real world. Letterbox drops. Now, when you get your shiny badge and you're a new real estate agent and you go out into the wide world of real estate and you get 10,000 flyers printed and you go and deliver them in 10,000 houses, not very effective. It may be recent, but it hasn't had any frequency, maybe no potency, and definitely not a referral. However, letterbox drops do work. So if you're going to get 10,000 letterbox or flyers printed, deliver them to 1,000 houses 10 times, once a month, once every 3 weeks, whatever your schedule is. Yes, the person might pick them up out of their letterbox and take it to the bin and throw it away with all the rest of the junk mail, but it does work. Again, it's just putting you into their subconscious. So, cut to a real life story of Raylene's. I was heading to an open home one Saturday morning, and as I'm at the traffic lights turning into the estate, I noticed that the car beside me had a flat tyre on their back passenger side. So as we're driving into the estate, I was trying to get the driver's attention. It wasn't completely flat, of course, because she was driving on it. However, no avail. So she pulls off into her driveway and I kept on going to my open home. On my way back out of the estate, I totally forgot about the mum with the baby on board sticker and the flat tyre. However, as I'm coming out of the estate, I see the car parked in the driveway. I glance at my watch and think, oh, okay, I've got time. I'll quickly pull over and let them know. So I pull over, run across the road, knock on the door and say, hi, I'm Raylene from Century 21. Oh, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. Oh, I'm just here about your car. And the lady who answered the door said, oh, were you in that little black car beside me at the traffic light? And I said, yeah, I was. And she said, I did see you trying to get my attention. And she's got a baby in the arms and the toddler carrying on in the background, and the husband yells out, who is it? And the homeowner said, it's a Century 21 lady. And I said, no, I'm not. Oh, yes, I am. But, I'm just here about your car. And he came out to the door, and we all then walked over to the car and had a look at the car. And the husband said to the wife, why didn't you know you were driving on a flat tyre? And I said, okay, I'm out of here. And he turned to me and said, "Oh, no, just a minute, can you come in?" And I looked at him, I looked at the wife, and the wife looked at him. And he said, no, honestly, can you just come in just for a minute? I said, "Oh, I am going to another open home." He said, "Honestly, it won't be a minute." Okay, so I quickly grabbed my phone because this is now safety. I'm a solo worker in real estate. So I text my husband, my business partner, and say, "Just stopping at 73 Pine Rivers Drive." And I go into the house with them. I do, of course, assess the situation. I've got a mum and dad with a toddler and a baby. I think I'm safe. So I go inside, and on their kitchen bench is all the junk mail of all the real estate agents. And he says, "I'm trying to pick an agent." And I say, "Done, you've picked one." Listed the home and sold it. So they were actively searching through their junk mail for an agent. Another time I got called in for an appraisal and always ask, "Why did you pick me? Why am I here? What caused you to call me?" And again, she had all this junk mail beside her. She went through it all and she pulled one out and she said, "Because you have the nicest junk mail." So it was well presented, it was tactile, it felt nice, and it resonated with her. It was an invite to the neighbours. So letterbox drops, they work. You've just got to do them well. Door knocking works. Another story, I went door knocking around a property that I just listed, and one of the neighbours said, "Oh, look, I'd really like to have a look, but, I'm the neighbour. Do you think they'd mind?" And I said, "Well, why did you want to have a look?" And she said her friend was moving down from Mackay, depending on where you come from as to how you say it. And I'd really love to have a look because I'd like her to live near me. Absolutely. So she came through the open home. She called her friend while she was there. The friend then called me back that afternoon. Monday, the friend flew down from Mackay and bought the home. So, door knocking works in that regard. It also just puts you in front of people. I find late afternoon is a good time when mums are usually home with kids from school. When you knock on the door, step back, give them some space, and use hand signals. Start pointing about there's a house listed around the corner or down the street. Have them come out to you. Door knocking, it does work. Ask them if they'd like an appraisal or if they just like a market report. You might door knock if you see the gardens have been done or the letterbox has been painted, and just knock and compliment them on that. And would they like an updated market appraisal on their property? Which email address would you like that sent to? Bang, you've got an email address for your database. Sponsorships, absolutely. I used to have teams of little soccer players running around North Lakes every Saturday morning and then heading to the shops with Century 21 across their back. It's great to help out the young clubs as well. Garage sales, absolutely garage sales. I have been to garage sales, poked around, bought some Lego for the kids, and then asked, why are you having a garage sale? Oh, we're cleaning out to sell. Great, have you got an agent? No, we haven't. Or even if, yes, we have. Here's my card if you'd like a second opinion. Leave your card with them. Telemarketing, of course, absolutely. You must be doing 200 calls a day, I'm going to say. Get on the phone, get comfortable with it. Billboards, we've got some great examples of billboards, but absolutely they work. I really wish I could jump to one quickly without having to scroll through files, but I've got a great billboard that I might be able to show you of an agency. And there's one just near me, and a local agent, Gina. You get off the highway and you've got a T intersection and it says buying or selling no matter which way you're going. Call Gina. So you're heading into one suburb or the other. It's a great billboard. Using the media. I've been on Channel 9, Channel 10, not Channel 7, 4BC, 4KQ, some Sydney station, I can't remember. Get known as the person, the go-to person for the area, the knowledge. Private sales, absolutely. Lots of stories of Raylene. Two off the top of my head of private sales that have come to me afterwards to sell. I just ring them, say, "Hey, I noticed you've got your property for sale. Best of luck with it. Do you mind if I come through to your open home on Saturday? And if I have somebody, I'll just flick them over to you. You don't have to get paid for it. Just show interest in their property." Or you might want to do a sole listing with them if you had a buyer that you want to take through. twice that I've done that, just kept in touch with them, serviced them, let them know of other homes I've sold in the area as I sell ones. And one was 12 months later, one was 18 months later. They both rang me and said, Raylene, come and sell this home. I know you can do it. It works. Withdrawn listings and past appraisals, yours or other agents, absolutely a great prospecting opportunity. I myself have had listings, had the first open home, everything's going well. The Sunday, unfortunately, there was a terrible car crash. The son ended up badly injured. They had to take the home off the market and we relisted it 12 months later. There are just some situations that are beyond anybody's control as to why a property has come off the market. Sometimes they just change their mind, or the home they're going to buy has fallen through, so it comes off the market. Keep in touch with people. Open homes, absolutely. People come to open homes to check you out. I had a property that I listed for sale. Backtrack. Why I listed it for sale. I saw on Facebook that somebody was asking for a maintenance man. So I private messaged the person. I did know them, another school mum, and said, hey, this is my maintenance man I always use. Good guy, good luck. And she messaged me back saying, I forgot you're a real estate agent. Oh, thanks for that. And we're putting the house on the market. So I asked the question, have you got an agent? And of course, she said, yes, we have. I said, have you signed with them yet? No, we haven't. Okay, would you like a second opinion? And honestly, I was just doing it as for another school mum to give her an opinion on what her properties was worth. So I turned up at the property and her husband answered the door and said, oh, it's you. And I said, yeah, it's me. He said, no, I didn't realize it was going to be you or not. Well, yes, it is me. Okay, so it wasn't still clear. And he said, I'm not making myself clear. And I said, no, you're not. And he said, I said to my wife, is that the lady who always has the best open homes? Lovely compliment. I said, oh, well, am I? And he said, yes, it is. It's you. Great. So he remembered me from my quality of my open homes. So do make them the star of your show. I am really tough on my vendors. Tell them to take $200 to Kmart, spend up, buy new rugs, new linen, new cushions, etc. So in the end, I did list that home. I just asked them for the business and they said yes. So then at the open home of that property, a buyer came through, rang all my buyers back afterwards, and going through all the questions that you ask a buyer. Have you been looking for long? You have a home to sell? What's your situation? What's your budget? All that type of stuff. And this particular buyer said, I like the way you're asking, Raylene. To be honest, I'm not interested in that property. I said, oh, okay, so why'd you come along? And she said, I'm shopping for an agent. Absolutely, can I help you? So again, then I listed that home. So one rolls into the next. Networking, absolutely. Get involved in everything going on in your area. The Chamber of Commerce, business, BPW is a great one for the women out there, Business and Professional Women's Association, Rotary, Lions, whatever it is, whatever floats, is involved that is heartfelt to you, be involved in it. Giveaways, yeah, absolutely. Have things with your name over them at open homes, pens, rulers, tape measures, all that type of thing. Calendars, yeah, almost have calendars. Even at Pret, we have an annual calendar. Window cards, of course, it still works overnight. Vacant properties. I've sold a vacant property. It's set vacant for 4 years. The seller did not want a tenant in it, but I contacted him, and once every 6 months, I sent a cleaner through to dust it and the lawnmower man, and eventually we sold it. Your rent roll, of course, salespeople, please look after your property managers. Buy them a coffee once a week. You've got such a tough job. Rent roll is a great place to get leads from. Public speaking, I think we spoke about that before. Advertising for listings wanted. Put out a newsletter once a month with all the sales in the area. Top of mind awareness, be around in where people can see you. And I just want to jump back to my other folder here. So we had our 4 reasons people think of you, a bit of prospecting. We looked at the ethical practices. We spoke about direct mail outs, third-party website, etc. I think that's all I really want to talk about on prospecting. I don't want to make this video too long. That's all from me. Hopefully we hear from you soon. Good luck with your training. Bye.